Welcome to Exhibit Scotland TV, Biosphere live streams here in Cintra Valley, part of the Galloway and South Ayrshire, Southern Ayrshire Biosphere. And we're going to go for another bit of handheld adventure up this way. So let's go. Plan for today is to explore up here. Signal might be in and out, I'm not sure. We shall find out. Wow, look at all this. It's talking about stitch warts. Last stream, and look at these guys. Oh, they're gorgeous. Oh, they're lovely. Along with the bluebells here. I like stitch warts. I think they're dead pretty. It's nice just in this lovely roadside verge. Roadside verges are potentially a haven for wildlife, because people don't tend to go on them that much. And so if they can be managed well for wildlife, particularly wildflowers and grasses and stuff, it can really be beneficial. Generally for the environment. So there's a few campaigns run by organisations like Plant Life are national. In the UK, we also have Plant Life Scotland here in Scotland. These lovely bluebells in the sun here. Very nice. A lovely dappled light coming in through right, so let us explore. Apparently up here there's a walkway up the side of the river, so that's where we're aiming. It's a really nice time of year right now. Everything is, like the nettles and stuff, they're not flowering yet. They're in a good growth stage. And you can kind of smell it in the air. This kind of smell of lush growth. Lovely. Lovely. I'm on a mission to determine hazel from wych elm and lime. Those lime, I don't know, it was really weird. Those lime leaves yesterday were strange. Anyway. Car coming. Oh, look at this. Lovely. Campion. Pink campion, red campion. See different things. Oh, let's get my butt away. There's a tractor coming. Or something of that ilk. You don't want to be a hare at the side of the road when one of them goes by. It's beautiful nettles. Lovely nettles. Hey nettles, how are you doing? You nice? You feeling good? You feel fresh. Right, ready for picking for nettle tea. Cleavers is doing well as well. Let's look at the sticky willy. That's the cleavers there. Look at nettle. Loads of it. This Ferrondi stuff. Yesterday I asked a question for this session. What was that stuff? And I said it was a gallium family, a bit like cleavers. And it was wood something. Anyway, it's wood rough. Look at these beautiful dandelions. If only. Hiya. Welcome in. So, dandelions. Pee the beds, people used to call them here. Because of course they're diuretics. Full of vitamin D and generally lovely. Beautiful looking things. Nice. Hey, if only. Welcome to this lovely wander on a sunny Thursday afternoon here in southwest Scotland.
So now listening to.
Nice, good day. If only did you raid in? If somebody's raided me, I can't see if there's been a raid for some reason. It doesn't tell me. I think I need to set up some alert or something like that. You didn't, good. Just because somebody else said good day, and I thought, oh, maybe it's people from that side of the world all arrived together. Nice to meet you. Quadrupoptree. Welcome to the Galloway and Southern Ayrshire Biosphere. So the whole project that I'm pushing towards is digital access to help bring nature to people that can't access nature. Is that an odd noise? That bird. You don't recognise that. What is it? I need to see it. There's more than one. Here comes that muckle tractor again. Wow. That sort of brought a smell of pine down. I wonder if it was full of pine. Weird smell. We're on a nice old bridge now. I'll have to Shazam that bird call later on the VOD. What flew away looked like some sort of finch. Oh, hear that? There's a woodpecker there. Choo! Look at all this comfrey. There's a lot of comfrey around here. Just kind of enjoying hanging out by the rivers and stuff. This is a bit problematic. Somebody's been dumping their garden rubbish here, which means it'll break down, chemicals will break down, nitrogen will get into the watercourse. Not the most sensible thing to do. I know. But it's the fact that people do it for years and years and years and years and years. Things like that can affect woodlands and watercourses. Been off for 3 weeks, chilling at home. Haven't been out to the woods or ride your bike. Nah. I've got a dodgy knee as well. It's not really dodgy, if you know what I mean. It's all right. But if I was to stress it out, it would be a properly dodgy knee. So yeah, sadly my extreme sports days and stuff are over. Sounds like someone's got a shotgun out over here. Got another car coming. It's busy along here. But I think I might have found the path. This looks like it might be the path I was looking for. Said there's a path kind of goes up into the woodlands over there. This might just be part of somebody's field though. I think we're going to go up the way and we'll go and look. Definitely sounds like somebody's shooting. Crows are giving it rah. Yeah, I hear shotguns. Hopefully it's just dummy rounds to scare the birds, but you never know. Might be shooting pheasant or deer even. There's a murderer up above us right now. Listen to them all. Lovely horse chestnut here with all of its candles. Beautiful horse chestnut flowers. Cracking old dead tree. Super busy this road. Way busier than I thought it was going to be. Which is good to know. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. It's hard to tell. Very hard to tell. Does the path go on past the farm? it's just coming. Does it just come back up here? I've got a feeling it just comes back up here. It does. So that's not the path. Dairy farm. I see. Beautiful buildings. Swallows. Right. Further up the hill. Going full screen and getting to bed. Lovely. Sorted. Pleased that you're with us. So yeah, I was looking at hedge trees on the way here and thinking maybe we should talk a little bit hedges. So hedges are important features in the landscape, and particularly in agricultural landscapes where small fields have been broken down into much larger fields for more intensive agriculture, bigger vehicles and that sort of thing. So hedges bring nutrients and things like that into fields, and so basically a field without hedges needs more nutrients added to it artificially. So after it's been grown on, and when you can do things like add nitrogen fixing crops, green manures onto the land that will fix nitrogen from the air and then put it into the soil. That is a way of doing it as well. But yeah, hedgerows also support a lot of wildlife and generally make the more rural agricultural areas a lot nicer. So traditionally hedges would be boundaries. Sometimes they would be stock-proofing boundaries, and there's a technique called hedge laying where people would basically use normal trees, like these big trees that you see here, but they'd stick them into the hedges and then cut them heavily on an annual basis or whatever, and it just kind of makes them stunted and small. And then they would sort of weave them together as well in a technique called hedge laying. So yeah, you see all sorts of different types of hedges in different places, and this hedge seems to have some sort of acer family in it. Acers are like your maple leaf type shape. It could be a sycamore, it could be a field maple, it could be all sorts of different types of acers. So if you see over here, there's more acer that's in this hedge here, and it's just been kind of, it's all mashed up and cut back. But you can still see these leaves, you see, so it's very old. And the older they get, the more holey they can become like this. So it's important to replenish the hedge, do hedge laying over and over again, and add other trees into it. So typically you'll find, like ash tree is a good one. You'll see a lot of hawthorn as well, which is just coming out. Hawthorn leaves are edible, and the flowers smell nice, kind of nice in the beginning, and then they rapidly turn into a sort of smell of rotten meat, which is not so great for us, but the flies and stuff, the pollinators love that. So the hawthorn's not stupid. Yeah. So looks like they're building a shed down here of some sort. Milking parlour or something, somewhere for something for cows. A cow playpen. I've seen some there. So there's some holly in the bush here, in the hedge rather, in the bush. So holly's generally tends to be spiky when it's low down, and then when it thinks it's a bit taller, it gets less spiky. So this bush is a bit confused as to which bit's the top. There's all sorts of things in this hedge. Oh, hello. Bah. Hi. This hedge is talking. Hello. How are you doing? You gave me the fright of my life. I've never heard a talking hedge. Quite like you. You know what you say? You smell a bit like. Yeah, you do smell a wee bit, yeah. Wow, a talking hedge. How about that? Wow. Wow. So, yeah, that's where the talking hedge is. Oh wow, some rose in this bush as well, in this hedge as well. This is dog rose. Those lovely spikes. Spiky beastie. Nice though. It's going to be nice. Going to bring out lots of little pink flowers, which are nice in a cup of tea. So somewhere up here, I believe there is an entrance into this woodland. In order to walk through it, and hoping it's just around this corner. Oh, apple blossoms. Nice. See that? Nice apple blossoms. Smells a bit like sugar beet. You know the smell of sugar beet? Ah, there we go. Some traditional beech in there. Beech is lovely when it first comes out, and then it starts to go a more copper colour, and then sometimes stays on all winter. Right, it's a little lay-by here. Makes me feel hopeful that there might be a wee path. Oh. Thought I heard the sound of something going on. Looks like some nests up there. Maybe this is a rookery with not a seal rookery, but an actual rookery. You see the nests in the trees up there, up here and stuff. Could well be a rook spot. So, the road closed, strictly no access for pedestrians and vehicles between Wednesday the 7th of May and Thursday the 8th of May from 9 p.m. till 5 p.m. due to important conservation works being done. It's Thursday the 8th of May today. Well, I think we can still walk into it a little bit. Just here, have a look at it. I know. And what is this conservation work that's going on here? It's like there's some big trees that have maybe come down here. I don't know if you can see that. You see in the background there, there's some big trees. So they might be in making the path safe by doing some felling work. Smell. Wow, there really are a lot of nests up here. These trees, loads of them. Cool. This looks like a lot of elder as well. Oh, and some jack by the hedge. Lovely. It's nice to see. There's we talk a little bit about eating different things, and what's in front of you here in this scene here, it's all very good for you. There's nettles and cleavers, and this one here, this is garlic mustard, or some people call it jack by the hedge. See that one over there as well. It's got a really peppery flavour to it. It's really very nice. Really nice to add to a wee salad or something. Cracking. Nice. Lovely to see that. Jack by the hedge. Ooh. A little bit dizzy there when I stood up. Wonder if there's somebody down here that would be willing to talk to us about what they're doing. That would be amazing. Don't want to get them upset though. Oh, is that? Nice. Lovely. That's lovely. Anyone want to do a Google on that? Pink something or other, beginning with P. So let's see it here. I'm really enjoying the walk in the countryside, but pork roast is demanding attention. Yum. That sounds lovely. So yeah, I haven't seen any frog spawn at all, or toad or newt spawn at all this year. I think I might have missed that altogether. If you're not fast, you miss things in the springtime, and this summer, everything seems to come very quick. See the elder here, the witch tree. Its flower is thinking about coming out, and it'll make a lovely drink, elderflower drink. You can also eat the berries later on. Once again, lots of this comfrey around. Comfrey just spreads underground. Spreads and spreads and spreads. Wow, there's so many trees down over here. So if you're ever thinking about using comfrey, I would advise you to dig down into the ground quite deep. Line your area that you're going to grow it in wood. Line it, or even maybe use some Mypex as well, and basically make a big box and put your comfrey in that so it doesn't spread everywhere, because it really likes to spread. Right, well, what we're going to do. It's lovely to see these big open grown trees. Tell us of a time before these trees. These trees are much younger than those. These are grown very, very straight, whereas that one's grown all opened up. It's what, like? And it would only do that if it could sense that it had the space to do so. Right, well, annoyingly, we're going to have to go the long way round. It's alright. We've got battery, we've got supplies. Speaking of which, I might have a wee drink. I love these dandelion clocks. We were looking at dandelions a little bit earlier on. And yesterday and the day before we're looking at wee birds eating these seeds. Fantastic resources in the environment. Just growing perniciously. It's like all the stuff that would be really helpful for us in this day and age. We consider it to be a weed, but it just grows and grows and grows and it won't stop. And actually, if we were to eat all of these things regularly, we'd be super healthy. So yeah, there is a roadway to where I was going to go. So I think we're just going to have to do the road walk. Which isn't what I wanted to do, but hey, just go with the flow. Apparently that means having a wee drink. So this is gorse. This beautiful plant here. Part of the pea family. And yeah, quite volatile. Its sap can catch light very easily. As you can see, it's kind of all dry, sort of lower down, so it's got its own supply of fuel. My understanding is that some people think that it might have been the kind of bush that was responsible for the legends, like the burning bushes. Maybe not this particular one, but something similar family, similar type of thing. Oh, butterflies and biscuits. Butterflies and biscuits. Happy days. There we go. Hedge. Jack by the hedge. Happy days. Lovely. I love the shape of its leaves. Are really cool. Wobbly. Nice and green and textured. Beautiful thing. Very nice. Faint signal, yay! Welcome in. How are you doing? Welcome back. Sorry about the biscuit rustling. A little bit of energy required. Oh no, it's like a young crow. Sad. Sort of thing that happens around nest sites. No, it's not a path. I thought I spotted a path through a field. Might just take Jack off at some point. It's getting warm here. How are you today, Faint Signal? Been at the seals 2 days running and we hardly saw any seal action. A couple of heads popping out of the water, but very little action other than that. So what's in this field? Getting into that field would be nice. Going around the outside of that. It doesn't seem possible, although there is a gate there. It looks very difficult to access. So, looks like there's a gate further up. Not going to walk straight through the middle of the field, obviously. But if there's sometimes there's a nice tractor track or something around the edge, you can just follow without causing any extra disturbance to the field. And that's being responsible with your right to roam. If it was just pasture, clearly just pasture, with cows and stuff in it or sheep, I'd be more inclined to just walk across it, but I think that might be silage, which is technically a crop, which they cut and then turn into feed for animals. So that's nice out here. They have the right of passage in Scotland. So yeah, we have rights of way, which are like old school places that people used to walk with cattle and stuff and other things. Different routes maybe aren't used so much anymore, but those rights of way still remain, and often it's encouraged that people and communities make the most of celebrating their rights of way. So yeah, we have something called the Outdoor Access Code here, Scottish Outdoor Access Code, and it's a kind of code that goes along with an access policy, which means that there is a right to roam respectfully, and yeah, some people still haven't quite got it. They might be doing their best taking the litter away and stuff like that, but they don't realise that by making a fire pit and leaving a scorch mark, that is then giving other people the permission to follow suit. And so yeah, it's important to try not to leave any trace, and that includes any sort of, scorch marks on the ground, even trampling to some degree. Hey, kaboom, welcome in, lovely to see you. I'm sorry, I don't read that language, so you could be saying anything and I wouldn't know. So yeah, they said they were doing vital conservation work. That's where the gunshots are coming from. Interesting. Is it actually vital conservation, or are they just in there shooting? That's their excuse. Look at the way the gorse here is being incorporated into the hedge. It's awesome, isn't it? Well shone, and I can smell an incredible kind of this smells like coconuts. It's just fantastic. It really is. Always amazes me how beautiful this is. So gorse is in flower nearly all year round, but at this time of year it's really going for it. And oh look, silverweed in flower as well. That's nice. That's always nice to see as well. Let's try a shot without shadow. Hey, lovely silverweed. Silverweeds indicating across the road here because I want to bend and there's a car coming. Yeah, silverweed is an indicator of particular nutrient conditions, I think if I remember rightly. It's interesting to see that it was kind of in the ditch there where the nutrients would potentially gather when the rainwater runs down. This is difficult, this spot here, because the corners of the road, technically you should be on the side of the road where, you know, the oncoming traffic is, but these corners are so short and they could just whiz round. Be better being on this side. So okay, so there's cows there. Wow, look at the stitchworts. Oh, hi Nell. Prickled by Nell. Oh, that's so lovely. So in here we've got some brambles. This is brambles, this one. And that's going to produce some nice berries. And put nettles there. It's just tickled in the back of my finger. Ouch. That'll be helping my brain to release happy chemicals now. So apparently that's what nettle sting does. That's why the Romans like to belt themselves. Flagellate. Gorgeous. I think this is green alkanet. I might be wrong. Willing to be wrong. Yeah, they are definitely shooting in that area. If I turned up, they would have freaked out. Cows? Kaboom! Hi from Russia. Scotland is a country of hills. Beautiful. And can I say, roads have a good quality. Yes! Actually, not a bad road for country roads. There's a lot of pretty bad roads in Scotland, it has to be said. We don't have the best road infrastructure, but this is a road that rarely gets used by traffic heavier than tractors, agricultural vehicles. So it's not too bad. And also, you'd be amazed at how much influence the farmers that run the land around here have on ensuring that the land is good for them. There's another type of plant here we've not seen yet. This is another member of the pea family. We call these vetches. This purple one. They kind of creep. Some more here. They kind of creep through things. You see at the top of above the flower, there's like these little leaves, and then there's like little tendrily bits up here, and they grab onto things and kind of pull them through. So lovely, really nice. Hawthorn. Difficult. I'm going to have to take this jacket off soon, or certainly loosen my collar. Phew. It's lovely and warm today. I thought it might be in the shade, and it's not so warm when it's in the shade. So yeah, sorry about the wind noise, if there's any wind noise on the mic. I didn't bring your wind baffle. Okay, cars. It's nice, give me a wee wave. Clouds are good. Ideally I want to find a wee spot where I can hang you in the bush while I take my jacket off, so I don't have to get the tripod out. How do you feel about that, guys? This gorse bush might be the ideal bush, actually. Right. Let's see if we can just hang you in it. You can follow me. Stay. Fantastic. Extreme close up. Sheep giving it rah. So we can comfortably be on our way. Thank you for your patience. You enjoyed your extreme close-up with the gorse bush. Hello, slithering granny. Where's the TTS gone? Ah, the voice. I think I turned the volume down. It's Arthur today, TTS, and I have a nice accent. Thank you very much. Kaboom. Oh, there's another car coming. So yeah, this is really one of the best time of years to see Scotland. It's end of April, during May, beginning of June. And then it starts to generally get more wet. Still nice, but less consistency with the kind of weather. Lovely. So here you go, here's some rose over here that's starting to flower. Nice, isn't it? So when these petals are ready to drop, if I touch them, they would just literally come off. But this one, these are just starting. So this type of rose produces a berry, which we call a rose hip, and they can be basically boiled down, the fleshy part anyway, and made into something which is good for your health. The little hairy bits inside near the seeds, though, of those, not very good for you. Makes your tummy sick. So it kind of gets to react to the hairy bits. So you need to make sure you clean those bits out and boil the fleshy bit up into a soft stuff. June's when all the bugs get back. Yep, sure is. So we've been looking at this rock out at sea quite a lot recently, and it's called Ailsa Craig, and this is its twin, Knockdolian Hill. And I think we should go up there at some point. I reckon we'll probably get signal up there, and it looks like a quite long, gradual descent. So, not sure when we'll do that, but I'd like to do that. At the moment, I'm very much looking for particular sites to do particular activities, and looking to see where all the signal is or isn't. And currently we're doing pretty well here with this walk, I think. Haven't seen any F's. Touch wood, we'll be alright. Particularly because we're up high. Rather than, there you can see Ailsa Craig out there. Look, we're just talking about it. So there it is, way out there in the sea, that rock out there. And then we've got Knockdolian here. So yeah, two big volcanic structures. This area here has got a very interesting geology. So some pals looking particularly interested. Hello. Hello, cows. Hi. Hi. Hey. Hey, mama. So, I don't think the cow's very happy about that. Babies are curious though. I'm actually very safe. Very, very safe. That's why I've stopped as soon as you looked a bit unsure. I think you're being quite protective though, aren't you? Aren't you? You're being protective, mama. No. Very nice cows. Oh. Hi. Hi there. Nice to see you and your family. Yeah. Hello. Aren't you beautiful? Now you're chilling out a bit now, aren't you? You can tell I'm no threat, can you? Exactly. Exactly. No threat at all. Calling for backup. Backup might be arriving. think they're just curious. I've got a bag, you see. Everything looks so chill, doesn't it? They don't look like they're running away, do they? Or they don't look afraid at all, do they? They look super curious. What's that dude? What's he? That one at the back is so round. Can you see how round it is? I think that's pregnant. It's huge. It's amazing when you're to see them in your cows in fields like this, and they just give birth, boom, and then there's a whole load of afterbirth and everything, and the mothers eat it as well, which is weird because seeing a cow eating its own afterbirth, but that's what they do. What a lovely chorus. There's some cow over there giving it. Wondered whether the bull there might be a bull over there. That might be why they were. Oh, it does look like there's a bit of headbutting going on over there. Actually, there's two white ones down the bottom. Yeah, there's definitely headbutting happening. Interesting. Look at you guys, like a postcard. Gorgeous. Right, thanks guys. Oh. It's a sleeping sheep. A sleeping lamb. I hope it's sleeping and not dead. I'm not sure if it's alive or not. I think it might be I don't think it's breathing. Yeah, I think that lamb has passed away, sadly. So, Quadrupop, they're shooting down there. Although it says vital conservation work, I think they're in there shooting deer probably. That would be regarded as some form of conservation work, bringing the deer population down to help the trees. That's one of the ways that these people that like to shoot things spin things, and sometimes it is valid and other times it's not. So don't really know what else they'd be shooting in there for conservation reasons. So been quite a lot of shots there though, to be honest. Wow. It's nice out here. And it's really warm. I'm glad I've got lots of supplies. So there's your non-native bluebell. So we looked at native bluebells already, so that's the non-native bluebell, that's the Spanish bluebell. It looks quite different. But the bees and the insects are hybridizing the two, so as a conservation effort to plant native bluebells that haven't been hybridized by the pollinators. Phew. See lots of them here. Lots of the Spanish variety. Which are not unsightly, but it's just exactly what we want. Look, here's some white ones as well. Be right back. After looked into something, we found a headstone of an old grave behind our garden yesterday. Supposedly they say it's from an old churchyard. Oh, very interesting. Oh, look. That's nice. It's probably a slightly bit of a garden escape, but it is quite pretty. So yeah, this is what happens. Plants escape from gardens and start to spread into the countryside. It's a bit problematic when people dump their garden rubbish or whatever into the river or into the into the woodland or whatever, and then what happens is the plants start to just upset somebody's dogs here. I heard a buzzard in the sky there. It's beauty here. What are the yellow flowers? Is it those yellow flowers? The yellow flowered one. Let's see if we can see it again. Back where the wall was before you turned. Okay, so there's some more yellow flowered stuff coming up. It could have been dead nettle. There's this yellow one here. This is buttercup. A few different types of buttercup, and then there's this yellow one is this the one you mean? This yellow one here was on the shrub above the purple flower. Is it this yellow stuff here? That's gorse, yeah. Spot on. Interesting. I think this is just the access road to somebody's farm, but I'm curious. This farm here this field here just looks like pasture. I would feel okay about going into that. Some horses along here. It's a nice view of the valley. That's the main reason I want to have a look. The spot where I thought it would be nice to get onto the river, and when we did our first little drive, it's just down there. Don't don't know if you can see that there, but kind of in the middle of the shot right now there's a bit of road, and that's right where there's a little bench and stuff like that, and then the river is there too. So that's where the other river joins, basically. There's another little river, the River of Tig, or Water of Tig it's called, and it joins just at the other side of that field there actually. So I think I may have come down a little bit too early. It would be nice to just kind of get down that way. There's a tractor over there. So I think what we'll do is we'll backtrack, have a look at that yellow flower you were talking about, and then hopefully there should be another road going down pretty soon. So what I need to do as well is I think I need to maybe start giving you a bit of power. No, in fact, I'll let it go down 10% more. I think my hunch is from other streams is that once you get down to like 20% or something like that or below that, your stream starts to struggle. So I'm nowhere near that at the moment, just below 50%. I feel like use the battery as much as possible before starting to charge again. Otherwise you're just missing out on charge time. Again, I wasn't expecting to have to do all this walking quite the way we've been doing today. It's been quite nice. See all the way out to sea from here. Very nice. Heading off to work now. We'll pop in when I get back. Faint signal. A ledge. Thank you very much indeed for being here, for supporting the Biosphere live streams. So yeah, if you donate to the Biosphere live streams, like Faint Signal has, you will get your name on stuff credits for things when they appear, edited videos and things. Is this the yellow flower you're talking about? Perchance. This looks like a type of rose. Not entirely sure what type of rose, but it is definitely a rose of some sort. Further along. So here's the periwinkle, I think that's what that is. And then above it is the gorse bush. The gorse bush. And then over here, all this stuff is ivy. Hooray. There you go. Back, my partner called the appropriate authorities, and they said it didn't belong to the local graveyard, so I was trying to find out which one. The appropriate authorities. The authority in graveyard stones. Is that the minister, the local minister, or is it a group of stonemasons? Who are the appropriate authorities on old gravestones that you dig up in your garden? Is it an archaeological society? Faint signal, didn't miss that one. You know most Aussie underbush is about as spiky as gorse. Wow. Well, it's very common here. Hello, sir. Running away after all of that. All mouth and no trousers. Hey. Bleh. Oh, so noisy. Bleh. Why does the UK countryside look so soft and friendly? Because it's been heavily manicured for hundreds of years and is pretty much a man-made environment. As much as it looks beautiful, it should be covered in trees everywhere. It should be inhospitable woodland, and until the tree line gets too high, and then up in the mountains you get. So this is an industrial landscape. If you think about it, it's an agricultural industrial landscape, and the landscape behind it, all those hillsides up there, they should all be covered in trees, but they're not. If you look to Norway and countries like that, their hillsides are covered in trees, but here we have this barren hillside, which is really only good for shooting birds, game basically, game hunting, game estates, shooting deer, and also for sheep rather. There are efforts to get trees onto a lot of these landscapes. What's problematic is that, hi, that's pretty disgusting. Oh, your friend's got the runs, pal. Hi. How are you doing? Oh, it's nice to see you. Good to see you. It's nice of you coming over to say hello. Pretty nice looker. Yeah. What a looker. Oh, you're bashful. Bashful. Oh, other one's got a mum with it. A wee babby. We're going to carry on our walk now. Are you going to follow? Are you going to follow us? Come on. Come with us. I know you want to. You and your pal. Full of milk. Look at this. Udders. Absolutely. That looks swollen up with milk. Incredible. Milk factory you are. Oh yeah, we do have honeysuckle. We don't tend to have much, what's it called now? Mistletoe, that's what it's called. Again, mistletoe, it's a kind of weird plant. It doesn't really have any roots, it just grows in the trees and things. We don't have that much mistletoe here. Some nice grasses here. We must do some grasses streams soon and go looking at grasses together. Get in deep with the grasses. Wow. couple of black sheep. Black sheep of the family. So yeah, I was pretty sure there was a road along here that went off to the left, but doesn't look like it. Workmen who built houses behind our garden. Interesting. And they were the authority. Funny. Right, I need a flat fence post I can sit you on while I get the batteries sorted out. Hey guys, no need to run away. Oh, balanced perfectly, as long as the wind doesn't come. Oh. Is that fun, guys? Base jumping off the Whee! So yeah, another mile to go before we can turn off. It's alright. Hopefully the signal will hold out. Oh, lovely. So this grass here, I think this stuff is called Timothy. Believe it or not, it's got a weird name, isn't it? Timothy. Not Timothy grass, but just Timothy. And it's got this really nice shaped kind of grass head. See? Very sausage-like. See. Oh, there's some marsh marigold. Is it? Is it? Oh no, it's some. It looks. I thought it was. It's buttercup. There's also some meadowsweet down there, which made me think that it was a bit wetter. That's where you find the marsh marigolds. Hey, watcher! I saw the kind of roads you drove through last time. Yeah. Oh yeah. You've seen maybe some of the Dodge roads. Yeah. The roads. Some of the roads are all right. Others are absolutely horrendous. You know, it's like you pay your road tax every month. You know, and that's supposed to get the roads done. And I don't know which roads it does, but it doesn't necessarily do the ones around here. I think we need to sit somewhere and have a sandwich. There's a kind of crossing with gates and stuff up ahead. I wonder if there's a wee spot where I can sit, put you on the tripod and just look across the fields. My tummy wants lunch. Doo-doo-doo. It's me. I'm singing West Side Story. If anybody wonders what the tune is. Uh-oh. Hear vehicles in all directions. Something in the field rumbling around. There's something about to come out that gate there. There we go. Holy shit. Yeah, Mr. Nobody. Easy. Well, it wasn't really supposed to be a hike watcher. It was supposed to be a nice walk down by the river. But we got gazumped by people with shotguns. And so it's kind of turned into a bit more of hike across the landscape instead of a wander through the woodland. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Am I going to stop here for lunch? Or am I going to go a bit further? Roads haven't seen tarmac in 100 years. Well, as I was saying, I think it was yesterday. Maybe it was today. I think it was today. Some of the landowners around here are quite influential, so that might be why the roads are all right. A lot of the land around here is owned by the Duke of Wellington, I believe, and his brother. I don't know if they're tenant farmers or, you know, like the families that just owned the sort of rented the land for hundreds of years, or whether bits of land are sold off. I'm really not sure. I'm hoping there's going to be a nice wee spot up here. Quite fancied the view ahead. It's something to look at. Very cool to see this. Regardless, thank you for taking us with you. Oh, thank you for being with me. This is what... So the idea of this project, Quadrupop, is that digitally, using the internet and the technology that we have now, I can help you to access the countryside without you having to access it yourself. I'm trying to encourage people to access the countryside responsibly and to know their rights and responsibilities when accessing the countryside. And this is a new innovative form of digital green health. When we're out at the waterside, then it's digital blue health. Blue health is to do with the frequencies of water, and green health is to do with the frequencies of the land. So here we're on a digital green health, digital access experience. So I'm very pleased that you can be part of it. I'm trying to develop it as a very serious thing, and have applied for some funding for it. And so yeah, basically the hope is that I'll be able to be funded to do these streams on a regular basis, and then any of the donations or memberships, anything that you guys bring to the viewers through the viewership, that money will all contribute to resources that are required to boost the whole thing. One of the things we could really do with is something like anti-scuff, to provide some sort of cloud OBS and dropout, and it'd be great to be able to have a couple of different cameras as well working together. So I could have one dedicated to the tripod with the telescope, and one handheld. So, are you getting spotty connection? Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of loosely the idea. If you go to the channel page, there's a link there to the membership and merch through Fourth Wall. So instead of joining up through Twitch and just getting a subscription with no ads, because I'm not going to be an affiliate, there will be no ads. So it's an opportunity for you to really benefit the stream and also get things like members only Discord and members only discounts in the shop, etc. And there's a variety of different tiers of membership, providing you'll get different perks, including if you might, basically I'm a qualified and experienced outdoor therapist, particularly focusing around mental health. So got a lot of skills and training to support people. So there's top tier stuff, gets one-to-one time with me via video call, and that can be about anything at all, really. There's monthly monologues for me and photographs and things like that from the live streams, all sorts. Quarterly nature videos, exclusive. Also featuring on the credits and things like that as well. So breaking up a lot. Okay. Good to know. So that's kind of what I was saying we could do with some extra. We could do with another SIM card, so we could do bonding. It'd be amazing if we could raise enough funds to be able to use Starlink, then we could really go all over the place. Also a Bella box type scenario for more of this kind of handheld stuff, as well as maybe just another SIM for bonding. So yeah, all sorts of things. Look at this beautiful stuff over here. Beautiful. This is honesty, I think. I'm pretty sure it's honesty. It's lovely. So, according to the mass data information, the closer I get down this hill, the closer we get to a 4G hotspot, like a 4G area. So I'm surprised that we are still fully live. We haven't had any Fs yet. There's a huge house over there. Absolutely massive house. Oh, that's not the one. Oh. Beautiful big house. Looks like it's got its own chapel and stuff there. Incredible. So yeah, I'm keen to kind of get further down towards that area before we sit and have lunch if you're getting spotty connection. So yeah, the hedges here are full of beech. We were talking about the hedge plants. There's some rose in there as well, but mostly beech. There's a bit of acer. And but mostly it's lovely beech. There's some rose in there. Same on the other side. So yeah, as I was saying, beech hedges are very common. Look at that. Amazing. Oh, more shooting going on over there. So you can see this is a river valley basically, and right across the top until it starts to get steep. In most river valleys, that's what you get. Agriculture and then a dip. Lagging your end, but could be also due to building going on around your neighbourhood. I don't know, it might be a combination, but it's probably the way I'm walking right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we have an F, to be honest. I'm kind of going down into a dip. So bear with me, guys. Hopefully I'll be back as soon as possible. If there is indeed a hotspot down here, like the map said. So basically, it's just the mass data will tell you in colours where the areas are where there's good signal, and just down this road there was a big green spot. So that's where we're heading. Had to reduce to 480. Okay, interesting. Thanks very much for all this feedback. This is brilliant. This is what I'm looking for. This is partly why we're doing all of this wandering around. It's to see where the signal is good and where it's not so good. Looks like I've got a huge crack in my screen. Thankfully it's not. It's just a wee scratch on the screen protector. I hope it is anyway. Pretty sure what it's been is when I've removed it from the tripod, the telescope. I think it's got scratched by the gimbal, the kind of thing that holds the camera to the tripod, to the telescope. It's nice of that person to slow down as they pass by. Yeah, I think it's just a swapping of the screen protector. I hope anyway. I hope it's not the screen protector and the screen. Ah, look. Anybody want to do a house up? Is there another car coming? Busy today. It looks like what I can see is a reflection of the crack on the screen protector on the screen because of the light. That's why it looks like there's two cracks. Pretty careful with my gear, so if it is a crack, I really don't know how it got there. A scratch though, I can understand. Oh, that's nice. So I'm hoping you guys are doing all right now. That looks like an ash. We're talking about ash being in the hedges. That looks a bit like ash. It's lovely smooth bark. Might be wrong. Kind of looks like it. heron flying. Far away though. Not hearing those cheep, 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 cheep. Jiff jaff. Yes, you are. You might go into the garden, probably. I think if it's nice weather, it would be a very good idea for you to get into the garden. Take a wee fizzy drink with you, sit in the sun. A bit of fruit. Something that makes a Slytherin granny happy. Oh look! There's a wee bit of ramsons there. A bit of wild garlic. Just sneaky there. Tasty stuff. There's a bit down there. This is quite nice. How are we doing for signal here, guys? Are we doing okay? A bit of me thinking, just go and tuck yourself in over there and have some lunch. Back to 7:20. Seems good. See, I don't know what's coming up. There might be even nicer spot further down. This just feels like quite a nice wee spot here. It's chill. Let's go further down. I'd like to sit by the river, you see. Not seen very many river birds. It'd be nice to just sit by a river if possible, which is what I wanted to do, and just kind of hope that some birds might pass by, some dippers or some wagtails or maybe even a kingfisher. That's the entrance to the caravan park there. It's just north of the park where the green dot was, so increasingly should be getting towards good signal, technically. Looks like it's getting a bit in the red. Bound to though under all this tree cover. Nice bridge further up. Do you know where we are? Are we following on the map? I'm hoping there'll be a little bridge over the river, you see, like you're saying. Something like that. Somebody coming? Oh. Somebody coming to his house? Where I'm standing outside. Funny. Nice house. Oh, look at the ramsons here. Look at all the wild garlic. I was like, something smells like garlic sausage. And it's this. It's this woodland. Wow. Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. Look at all that wild garlic. That's intense. Look at it all. Absolutely everywhere. It's funny turning around and being like, something smells like garlic sausage. It's the wild garlic in this woodland. Wow. Twitch. Hi, that's you, that is. Let's do that. I just sort of thought of a little clip we can do with the telescope as well. A transition scene from the telescope. Hello. Wow. It's literally, the pavements here are lined with wild garlic. I love it. I love it a lot. There's the river down there. Still coming this way, left to right, so well, right to left. Look at that. That is just awesome. Look at that. Cracking. I think this might be the postie doing his rounds. This is why I've seen him a few times now. So yeah, if you want wild garlic, this is the place. It's definitely the place to do a little bit of foraging for wild garlic. You could easily take some wild garlic for yourself here and not deplete the local resource, you know. And if you were clever about it, you could even start growing some wild garlic in your allotment by taking a couple. You know, if you lived in the garden here, for example, I suppose you wouldn't necessarily want to, because you could just come across the road. I'm not really a big advocate of people transplanting stuff from the countryside into their gardens, but things like wild garlic are being squashed out by some other more hardier invasive species, like the tri-cornered leek. So a bit of me is a bit like, you know, it wouldn't hurt if you grew a bit in your garden.